Welcome to episode 593 of the TW3 podcast here at TerryWilson3.com. In this exciting episode, your host Terry is joined by the brilliant Laurie Brown, the mind behind iTarget marketing. Together, they delve into the fascinating world of business scaling, unraveling the secrets of how Laurie is elevating her enterprise using the power of artificial intelligence. You will discover the ingenious ways she navigates the intricate landscape of entrepreneurship and how she's leveraging components to automate the mundane tasks that often bog down a business. But that's not all. Terry and Laurie also unravel the treasure trove of insights pouring in from the elite mastermind. If you've ever considered the idea of starting your own work-from-home business, now is the time to pay attention. The conversation in this episode unveils why the current landscape is ripe for seizing opportunities and taking the leap into the world of remote entrepreneurship.
Welcome to TerryWilson3.com, home of TW3. Are you ready to take your money, business, and life to the next level? You are worth more, and you're about to hear how and why. So buckle up and listen up as we journey to the next level. Please welcome your guys to reach your goals, the TW3 family.
You're listening to TerryWilson3.com. TerryWilson3.com. Inspiring, informative, and entertaining content for the entrepreneur and small business owner.
This is a show about nothing. Now, we're going to talk about who killed John F. Kennedy. We're going to talk about the meaning of life and the proper way to fold socks. I think if we can tackle those three major issues, don't you think?
Then all the world's problems are solved.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even know why we need to have an election this year. If we can solve these three issues, there's no even need for a president anymore.
Okay, we may not have an election. Number one, and number two, we don't have a president. So
I knew I'd derail this conversation as soon as I brought that up. No, I just go ahead.
Well, and as far as the socks go, I take two socks and then fold one over that.
That's because you're normal. You're not a psychopath. But what about these people that roll them? You know, they literally take them and they roll them together up into like a wad of cash type deal. I think that needs to be examined.
Well, but they could slip apart.
Exactly. All right, here's one. Toilet paper on the bottom or on the top?
Over the top.
There you go, because you're not a psychopath. No,
if you look at the patent drawings for toilet paper, that was how it was diagrammed over the top.
So it's all these rebellious entrepreneur types that probably, what do you think? Or just social misfits?
It's just not right.
It's not right. So let me get your feedback. What did you think about Monday night's mastermind?
I loved it because I love all the techie stuff.
Yeah, it's sort of, we
and
all teched out a little bit, didn't we?
And I love the automation stuff because I'll tell you what interested me, because I learned something on another workshop I was on.
Mm-hmm.
If you can use this AI and video creation technology and you want to sell something and you want to put videos out, and like YouTube shorts are hot.
Mm-hmm.
The Facebook
Reels.
whatchamacallits, Reels, those are hot.
Yeah.
TikTok, hot.
Yeah.
And but in order to get any traction on those platforms, you have got to put out a lot.
Yes.
So, I mean, like 3 a day.
Yeah.
4 a day, 5 a day. So the strategy, what you do is, first off, you can build multiple identities on those channels.
Mm-hmm.
Like say you had 5 Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
You had 5 TikToks. You had 5 Instagrams, whatever. Then you take your content, and so you take one, focus in, niche in on one thing, and you write 50 hooks for that one thing.
Oh, wow.
Right?
Yeah. Per profile or in aggregate of all the profiles?
Well, what you're going to do is you write your 50 hooks for the one thing you're trying to sell.
Right.
So that's kind of like you've got 50 intros.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you write 15 about this product.
Mm-hmm.
Write 15, and then have 2 or 3 outros with your call to action. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Then you mix the 50 intros with your 15 about here's the meat.
Right.
With, a choice of 3 different outros. Well, how many,
The
I can't even do the math.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
I see what
I
you're
can't
doing.
even do the math. Hook 1, 15 meat,
Yeah.
and 1 outro. Well, now you've got, and then do that 50 times, that's 100.
Yeah. Oh, that's smart.
Right.
Yeah. That's brilliant.
And then multiply that by, put it out on 5 different Instagram accounts, 5 different Facebook accounts, 5 different YouTube. So now, you're multiplying that message exponentially if you've got some AI and some video creation tools to kind of put that together. You're not you could literally in 2 days build out a whole year where you're putting out 50 videos every day.
Wow. No, that's brilliant.
Boom.
You're gaming the algorithm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the trick is don't build, don't one day sit down, I'm going to open 10 new Facebook accounts. You've got to kind of
slowly
ramp.
Yeah.
Right. Add them. Don't add them all at once.
Yeah.
Add them. And then you go get, go buy a cheap URL
mm-hmm.
and hook it to, match it up, hook it to that identity,
mm-hmm.
and make that identity all about what you're trying to sell. Easy to, and then, buy a URL for $2. It doesn't have to be a top level domain. It could be anything. And then you're linking that over to a landing page, which you can build unlimited landing pages here.
Right. With our system.
Right.
Yeah. That's brilliant.
Right.
Yeah. That is genius.
And then you are exponentially, because that's how it works. You've got to that's how the algorithms work.
You're building your own network.
That's how you're getting a bunch of eyeballs. You can't do 1 video a week.
Right.
And it's not going to do anything. You might as well not bother.
But the average person, they hear about creating 15 intros, 15 or however many was body of text or body of content to give the about, and then 15 outros. That seems a little daunting. So you're saying you leverage AI to do all of that?
Well, okay, we talked about...
I know in the mastermind we were given all of these various tools. And so you're saying use some of those video creation tools.
Well, that's the only way. That's the only way
do it
to
otherwise.
Scale it.
Yeah.
No, it'd take you 6 months to do all that.
Or thousands of dollars to hire some sort of team out to do it, one or the other, because that's just way too much for one person without these tools.
Yeah. So if you had, a video creation, take, copy and paste your, line 1 hook with line 3 body and number 2 outro.
Yeah.
Copy and paste them into a program, click a button, and you've got a video.
And then you're using your social media planner in the app, and you're just pumping it out to all the various channels.
Right, and schedule it.
That is just absolutely brilliant. Did you hear what Bobby did with your content?
Yeah, he sent that to me, and where is Bobby anyway?
Well, I could never get a hold of him. I keep talking to his chat bot, but I haven't spoken to him yet. But I'm gonna pick on Bobby. I'll pick on Bobby a little bit.
He sent me the audio, and he said, "Listen to this and tell me what you think about it." I'm like, "Okay." So I listened to it, and I was listening to it. I'm like, "That sounds an awful lot like exactly what I said."
So
and I kept listening to it, and I'm like, "Dadgum, that is exactly what."
Yeah, so to set this up for those who are not members or wasn't in the meeting, because most people wouldn't be that are listening to this, Laurie did a video with her voice, right? Your voice.
Yeah, that was me.
And you're sending this to local businesses in your area. And what you're doing is you're teaching on the mastermind. You were our teacher Monday night to teach. This is what I'm doing in my business right now. That because just to bring a little context, there is a opportunity for anyone in our space, they're in the marketing space, to go out and help small businesses with their website right now because of all the changes that are going on with Google. It's very disruptive for businesses that have websites with Google. So we are just teaching our members, hey, you have the capacity to help tons and tons of people to not get their online presence lost. And so Laurie is teaching, this is how I am approaching businesses in my area. This is what I'm sending them. And she's got a nice little video. It's her voice. It's illustrating what's going on. And then the conversation went into what other people are doing in their business and tools that they're using. And AI is just sort of like taking over just about all conversations right now because there's so many different tools. Well, Bobby was sharing about a tool that he's using because he wants to be able to use his own voice to be able to capture content and act like he's reading it out and then create a video to go along with it. So he literally took your video and recorded your voice, put it in the system, and then now this is what it sounds like.
This is Bobby Christie with TW3 Marketing in Woodstock. And hey, listen, I was doing some research on businesses in the area, and I came across your website. Not sure you're aware of this, but website.
Now, I don't want to give up the ghost on everything because you go into what you're calling about, but I wanted to play just that much to show. That sounds like him.
It sounds exactly like him, and that was a robot.
And that's a robot.
Now mine actually was me. And it wasn't a robot me, and it wasn't a voice robot me. It was actually me. And what's more, I did not use AI to write my script. I just talked.
Yeah, so he basically took your script and recorded it, changed it to text, took the text, loaded it into his AI bot that has now modeled his voice, and it's reading it back out in his voice. And then he's got it to make his own video. Now match up a video to sync with this text and what I'm saying to illustrate it. And boom, I mean, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. I mean, he's out in 5 minutes and he's got his own content. I just thought it was brilliant and hysterical at the same time because I knew that's Laurie's.
And that's the thing. It slowly dawned on me. That is word for word what I.
It was word for line upon line, precept.
Well, except he changed, the San Antonio to Woodstock.
Yeah,
so.
he changed the name, changed the location in the text, but in the contact information. But other than that, that's it. And then his video is completely different, but presenting the same. I mean, the same call to action, the same concept that he's able to use our lead generation marketing system, get in front of people with this content that was created that he was able to borrow from his trainer to then approach these folks. I mean, that's just the time. I guess for me, the reason I find this so absolutely amazing is because I mean, I've been creating content for years, and I know what it takes, what it goes into creating voiceovers, video, the actual text. What are you going to say? The outline. and especially
and editing it.
Oh gosh, and I never edit correctly at all. I'm, won't even go down that rabbit trail, but I'm infamous for my editing. And now
and spelling.
Well, touche. That's why you're misspelling V. But these tools, I mean, the podcast we're on now, outside of us talking here, having this dialogue and conversation, the music bed, the intro, the outro, the the commercials, all of the things, everything in this podcast, other than this conversation right now, is AI, and it's done in literally a tenth of the time, and I would argue the production value has exponentially gone up because there's just no way I could do voiceovers that clear, that articulate, music bed and everything, and it be done in any time soon. So
and you don't, I mean, it doesn't require too much skill to even do it.
Yeah.
It's easy. Anybody can do it.
Well, that's the other thing. One of the impediments I've always faced in the back of my mind as far as introducing new software and systems to our people is this nagging little thought, oh gosh, I don't want to even bring this up because I'll have tickets for the rest of the month. Well, how do I do this? How do I do this? And so it's like I'm creating more work every time I introduce a new tool. But I haven't had to do because it's so intuitive. Some of these systems, these AI systems, it's just point and click. You don't have to be, some sort of, web developer, tech guru to operate them. They're just so, I want to do this, click.
Yeah. Well, and here's the other reason why it's important is with a time-sensitive offer, and if you want to be able to scale, sales is, you've heard this before, sales is a numbers game. And you've got to be able to reach a lot of people to get that one yes. So, most of us, not all of us, but a lot, most of us are just, one person
solopreneurs
in front of our computer. Yeah. Right. Solopreneurs. So, how do you have time to do all this unless you know what tools you can easily create it, capitalize on a time-sensitive opportunity, which is right now.
All right.
And be able to get out enough outreach, whether it's emails, phone calls, sending a video, posting videos. And I just told you a brilliant way to
that was worth the price of admission.
Get that out.
Yeah.
Get that out there. Just, piece those pieces together and click some buttons and or schedule it and boom.
Boom. Well, you probably heard this admonition to business owners. Probably, I think it goes back 20 years. I forget who coined it, but the old adage to work on your business rather than in your business. And what that means is so many times solopreneurs like us, we are so busy creating content, doing this, working in the books, making sure the accounting's right, making sure, the social media posts are done right, making sure emails go out, making sure this, that, yeah. We're doing all of this task-oriented stuff, business, that we're not sitting down and being creative. Okay, what new sales concepts and messaging can I do to attract more and more buyers to what I offer, or what's out on the horizon right now going on in the market that I serve that I need to be up to speed on. And the reason we don't have the energy or bandwidth to do that or time is because we're worn out from doing all of this other stuff. Well, this other stuff is slowly being able to be completely and totally automated.
Please, folks, I know you're tempted to, but do not panic. Terry and the TW3 broadcast will be back right after this extreme profitable timeout for our sponsors.
Attention all small business owners. Are you looking to expand your reach and grow your customer base? Look no further than having a website and blog for your business. With a website and blog, you can increase your visibility, cost-effectively market your products or services, and build trust and credibility with potential customers. A blog is also a great way to engage with your customers and build a community around your brand. And the best part? You can access all this valuable information 24/7. Don't get left behind. Give your business the competitive edge it needs and create a website and blog today.
You can get a professional website hosted with all the software you need for as little as $10 a month by going to TerryWilson3.com/hosting. That's TerryWilson3.com/hosting.
He's often imitated,
but never duplicated.
You are listening to the TerryWilson3.com podcast,
the home of TW3.
So that you can work on your business rather than in your business.
Right. Because, I mean, in the end, you have to have time to be able to talk to your prospects.
You got to be, and because the thing you can't automate is relationships. You got to be able to be out in front of people, following up with people. One of the things I love doing is reaching out personally to folks and different things if I know if something's going on, and just saying, hey, I know this is going on. Maybe it's a birthday, anniversary, or some. Maybe they pull for a sports team. I've got notes on it, and it triggers me. You know, those are things that I'm being able to do that I can't automate, don't want to automate. That helps me either attract more people or strengthen the relationships that I have. And heretofore, I could not do a lot of that outside of just hiring staff, you know, quote unquote, for me, kids, you know. But as my kids have grown up and wanted to sort of spread their wings and move out and do different things and not necessarily work for dad, which I totally don't blame them, you know, I was like, okay, well, I need to either hire someone that's outside or figure out a way to do some of these admin back in, working in the business type task. And then lo and behold, just the grace of God, AI was coming around the curve about the same time I needed to do something. So it's just been great. But I don't think a lot of business owners that have had their sort of, you know, hand to the millstone out there in the highways and byways working in their business, where they're electrician, plumber, roofers, you know, restaurateurs, insurance, real estate folks. You know, you're busy in your business, so why would you know what's available out there? But that's one of the things I'm excited about, Laurie, is we can go in and say, hey, what it would have cost you or what is costing you so much to perform in your business, either through you or through having to constantly outsource or hire. We can literally put you in sort of a situation where a lot of these tools will do it for you. And it's nowhere near the cost of what human resource cost, either in time, money, or energy.
Well, and you know, I talked to one of our clients yesterday, Mo.
Yeah.
And he's got like employees, and he said, I was listening to the mastermind from the other day, and he was like, wait, what? He spent $5,000-$10,000 just to produce one video.
Yeah.
And he's got one employee that's got the look and the personality and the voice of what he wants to present as his brand.
Right.
For the company. So he wants to use this guy for
let
a video.
Him model everything, but then.
But this guy also has, you know, he has clients. He, you know, he's a salesperson. He can't sit and do videos all the time.
Right.
So that one I was talking where, hey, you record your voice and your face and then pop your script in and it'll make him talk in his own voice and his own face, but it's a robot.
I bet it did light him up.
I mean, he was on the phone with me the next day. He was like, I've got to check this out.
Oh yeah.
'Cause I can use I can get the look and feel and the voice and the, the mannerisms, just the personality
Sure.
of this one guy.
Yeah.
And then he'll do a 2-minute video for me, and then I can use it over and over.
Yeah, you model his likeness, whether it be his sound or his mannerisms, like you said, and
Right.
then you got it. And then
Right. And it doesn't cost, $5,000 for a 2-minute video.
Exactly.
Because he wants his stuff to be top notch. That's the face of his company. It has to be good.
Right.
And he doesn't mind spending the money for it to be good, but
now he's figured out you don't have to.
Yeah, you don't have to.
It's getting scary how close to, there's still some hiccups, even in my show and some of the recordings I put out. I can say, okay, you can tell that's AI. You can tell. But some of it, it's getting closer and closer. It's like, I could not tell that was an AI voice at all. And I think by this time next year, who knows where we'll be.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, and what I was going to say is, because you were talking about being able to have time to foster and build and connect on a personal level with clients, that hasn't gone away.
It won't go away.
And it's important.
Yeah.
So if you can use tools to, and I keep saying to scale, but to kind of do those rote tasks that have to be done repetitively. It's the same thing over and over. Use those tools to do that. But don't forget, that is not a replacement for a human connection. But now you have but that takes time and energy too, right? So you now have taken all this stuff off your plate so that you have time for that human connection to foster those business relationships. And if you can do that, you'll have a customer for life.
That's right.
Because in the end, they know you, they like you, and they trust you.
That's right. And there's not all conversations and interactions are created equal. I would say 90% of my conversations throughout the day, my interactions, are what I call transactional. I need this. I have this question. And it's data in, data out. Those type of interactions does not require what I guess we affectionately refer to the good old Southern charm. And the aw shucks and back and forth and how's your mama and kids type conversation. You just how's your folks, as we like to do in the South. It's nothing about that. It's I'm trying to do this. I need this. And for all of that, you've got the ability to just automate that. All of those conversations are automated. But when it comes to picking on Laurie over the nuanced differences between idea and ideal, because I know the context in it, well, AI is not going to pick up on that. That's where the human building relationships, that building rapport and jockeying, creating the office culture that you want. That's where it takes the human element. And then you're freed up to do that because you're not worn down to the nub trying to explain how to change your password or something.
Right. All I got to say is bless your heart.
Bless your heart. She's trying, bless her heart. Dumber than a box of Brox, but she's good folk. Yeah. So it's exciting. It is exciting, to have these tools. And I think, it's obvious. I think it's like with any new technology, it's obvious that I and most people haven't got it mastered quite right yet. When to use, when not to use, when to automate, how much to automate, when not to. It's still a touch and go learning, sort of feeling your way in the dark. I remember when digital recording first came out in the early 80s. If you listen to some of those songs recorded in the early 80s, they all sound like they came out of a Casio keyboard. They're so
They probably did.
Well, they probably did, but that's because everybody was recording for the first time with digital rather than 2-inch tape. And so there was an extreme to make everything sound just pristine, that they stripped the bark off of any song or recording. It had to be perfect.
Hey, and Mr. Wonderful worked in a recording studio in Memphis in the 80s.
Well, so he's been
where they used to. I mean, it was the real sound, and then they went digital, and there was something there that was lost.
Yes,
because it was so perfect.
Well, that's the thing. You
didn't get the sound. So to your point, not everything. It doesn't have to be perfect.
It doesn't have to be perfect.
You don't have to be perfect. You just have to start. You just have to do.
It's the imperfections that make it.
Change.
Yeah, it's the imperfections that make it human and actually make it, to me, art.
Right.
If that makes any sense, because using the musical metaphor, if everything is quantified and using those things that put it on a grid and it's exact and the pitch is absolutely perfect, and then you're using all these digital processing and stuff, it becomes less human and more sounds like a robot. And I think that's where we're at in AI right now. It's obvious as you comb social media and you look out on all of these videos and new content to be creating. We're in a stage right now where it's a new technology and learning how to use it without losing the humanity behind the brand.
Right.
It's going to take a minute. It's taking me a minute anyway, and I see that in other people as well. To keep it in that musical metaphor, I'm using too much reverb sometimes on the recording.
Right.
It's too saturated, But in an effort to use the technology and
well, it's kind of like, what's this button do?
Exactly. Hey, if a little verb is good, let's add a lot.
Ooh, I'm sliding this all the way up.
Yeah, just max it out. It sounds like everything's recorded by David Foster, but anyway. Hey, have you seen? Are you a big movie person? You like movies?
I do like movies.
You need to. Have you seen Queen Pen?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
No.
This is based on a true story of this lady down in the southwestern part of the United States, close to where you're at. And she comes across this way. She starts couponing. Okay. This is where it starts. And then I'm not going to spoil it for you, but she figures out a way to get these coupons for free stuff, like comes from Procter & Gamble to get free cereal or diapers or whatever. It's a coupon that says free, for 36 rolls of toilet paper free. She figures out a way to get these as many as she needs, because she finds the people that actually print these coupons for these major manufacturers and finds an inside track on how to get them. She starts selling them online to people. So rather than paying $40 in toiletry, she's selling these coupons that'll give you $40 in toiletry for like $10. And she becomes a multi-millionaire.
Oh.
And it's her and her partner, her partner is more the face of the company. She's out there on YouTube and all this, creating the videos and all this other stuff. But I just thought, you got to watch it. It's called Queen Pen. It's on Netflix, and it is hysterical. These two girls, entrepreneurial-minded girls that probably went a foot of the law. She ended up getting arrested. Because I won't spoil it, because not everything was legal, but it was hysterical to watch.
Queen Pen. Okay, I'll look it up.
Queen Pen on Netflix. So that's what Gina and I watched last night and just laughed and laughed. So it was pretty good. So anywho, so you're working on websites, I suppose, you're reaching out to talk to business owners in your area. How's that going?
Good. I've got some affiliates also doing some outreach, and they're, and I put together a training that tells them exactly what to do.
Nice.
And it's so easy.
Nice.
Like all they're doing is doing a little bit of research and then entering the record in, shooting off an email that I've already written, put my video in, my little short video with the call to action and click the link, click the button, schedule a call. Well, they're excited because they can spend an hour or 2 hours a day doing it.
Yep.
To make commission off that. I do all the selling. I just need help do some research and copy and paste these records into our CRM.
Yeah.
And I'll do the selling.
So give me the short of the business. Can you use any more affiliates? Would you take any more?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So give me the pitch. What's the business opportunity? Because I'll put it on the podcast here, so people can join your affiliate program.
So we're capitalizing on a time sensitive issue with the Google Business Profile website.
Mm-hmm.
That those are going away. This was put out by Google. So the pitch is, your Google Business website's going away. You can this is to the prospect.
Right.
You can either DIY it, just letting you know it's going away. You can DIY it, or if you want to get it done fast, or you don't have time, or you don't have the skill, get with me and we'll talk about if I can help you or not.
Right. And you got an affiliate program that they can sell that service for you.
Correct. And all the heavy lifting, so to speak, has already been done. It's all in place. So I have a training that would take not even 30 minutes to get through. They will know exactly what to do, and
your affiliate will.
They can just then they can just take off.
Okay. So if someone wants to work from home and wants a viable way and really a viable service that's in demand right now because of this, because this thing that Google has done is put what we do at the forefront for businesses. So it's a very great time to start a home business or start a side hustle. All they have to do is get the links from you and take some training. So they know
it takes like 30 minutes.
30 minutes worth of training. There's no technical heavy lifting. All you have to do is get in front of, and you show them how to get these leads. They don't have to pay anything for leads. The leads are there, and you show them exactly how to get the leads. You show them how to contact the leads. You show them what to give the leads, and then you show them how to book an appointment that you take it from there. And then what's the business opportunity as far as, I'm sure everybody's, well, what kind of money can I make? Just can you speak a little bit to that as far as what you're offering?
Yeah. So as an affiliate, they're going to earn a 10% commission per month. So some of these products would be like what we call our monthly recurring revenue. So the client has a monthly charge. So you're going to make 10% of every month that they stay with the program. And then, over time, that's going to build up. So
yeah, and some of these services and things that businesses that buy from us, it could be $500, $1,000, $2,000 a month, which
or even more, because that's going to, my point in getting them in on what I call a foot in the door offer, the point is to, like we were talking about, build that relationship with them so that they like you and trust you, so that you can come back with maybe a higher ticket offer. Well, guess what? You're going to make 10% on that too.
Yeah.
Because if it hadn't been for you connecting me initially, then I wouldn't even have the opportunity to sell a $2,000 or $3,000 or $5,000 high ticket offer. And so you're going to make that too, because it originated with you.
And the beautiful thing about these, it basically has to do with that business's capacity to communicate with their market. And so these are services that don't go away. It's not like the here today, gone tomorrow. I mean, everything I have sold that always had the promise of residual income typically were things that, would or wouldn't stay on the books, so it was always hard to build that reoccurring income, because if I'm selling life insurance and I sell it to them and then the transmission or something goes out in the car or truck, then all of a sudden I'm the short man on the totem pole as which bills get paid, because now they have a financial crisis. But when you're dealing with business and you're dealing in that market, and their variability to be found by new customers, and their ability to even communicate sometimes via phone, email, text, social media, and those things, they're going to keep those type of services and products in place. So
don't go anywhere. Terry and his team are just getting warmed up. We need to take a brief break, but we'll be back to continue the conversation. Remember, if you have any questions, you can call or text us. Our number is 864-507-9696. Again, that is 864-507-9696. Be right back.
Welcome, fellow leaders, entrepreneurs, and visionaries. Today, I invite you to step into a world where greatness is not just a goal, but a collective reality. Introducing the Elite Mastermind Group by TW3, a sanctuary for those seeking not just success, but exponential growth. It's more than a group. It's a synergy of minds, a convergence of aspirations, and a breeding ground for extraordinary accomplishments. You'll learn not only from experts, but from the stories of those beside you, fellow trailblazers who weathered storms and conquered obstacles, enriching your own journey. Imagine being surrounded by a league of highly motivated business owners and entrepreneurs, each driven by the same passion for success, propelling each other towards greatness. Embrace the power of networking, the art of learning, and the joy of sharing your value. It's not just about what you gain, but what you contribute. Dare to be exceptional. Dare to be part of the elite. Don't just dream of success. Surround yourself with those who are already living it. Join the Elite Mastermind Group by TW3. Elevate your success. Elevate your life.
Ho, 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 it's magic.
Are you tired of struggling to close those important deals? Well, we've got a game changer for you. Introducing the Magic Pen, a new traditional ink pen with an extraordinary twist. Not only will it sign a deal, but it'll help you sell and close it first. How, you ask? The new Magic Pen by TW3 is designed to work its magic with a simple tap on most smartphones. It can text, email, leave voicemails, and follow up with messages on whatever you're selling, making your life so much easier. And here's the best part. It's just $15.97 as an ad on when you purchase a tap card at terrywilson3.com/tapcard. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity to revolutionize your sales game. Get your Magic Pen today and watch those deals roll in. Visit terrywilson3.com/tapcard now and unlock the power of the Magic Pen. Your success is just a tap away.
Ho, 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 it's magic.
Now, if you know what you're worth, go on and get what you're worth. But you gotta be willing to take the hit. Yeah. And not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you want to be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that, and that ain't you. You're better than that.
This is TW3.
Right. Like paying a light bill. It has to be paid.
Yeah, if you're going to be in business, you're going to have it. I mean, that's just about in today's world. I mean, just the bottom line.
But, I mentioned rote tasks before. Well, business owners need help with doing all their rote tasks too.
Exactly.
So if you can give them something that is going to take that burden off of them so that they can be out building their relationships or doing their jobs or supervising their jobs. I personally like, home service contractors. That's kind of my,
Sure.
where I feel comfortable talking to them, but have kind of niched in on that. I know a lot about a lot. I don't know why, but
probably your Yellow Page background's got a lot to do with that.
Here it is.
There it is. There it is.
Yeah, and if you're looking for what category should I call? Just look in your Yellow Page because we're all in there.
Yeah, for real.
There's over 5,500 different headings in the Yellow Page.
No.
5,500 different categories.
I didn't even know. If with gun to my head, I probably could come up with 20. and that's me, you know, after a good workout and my mind's firing on all cylinders. Golly.
Don't ask me how I even remember that, but I do.
Nah, you spent hours.
But I do. But to your point, Terry, you know, once you get your client using these automations that kind of take some of their burden away or solve a problem, they're sticky. 95% of them will, they'll stay
month after month for forever. So that's a great, for you guys that are listening that want to get involved with something. Laurie's got a very strong affiliate program over there. You need to look up, and Laurie, you can be reached at. What's
how
your
about
website?
My phone number? iTarget marketing.com, and it's iTarget mktg.com.
MKTG.
mktg.com.
Okay.
Or my phone number, 210-866-9115.
One more time.
210-866-9115. Text me, call me.
Text or call her.
My robot will answer you.
Isn't that cool? You get to resell the very tools that you're using and find value in your own business. I love that to death, because it always, it gives you instant credibility, because if no one can ask, hey, does this work? Well, are we talking?
Exactly.
You know, how did you get on my calendar? How did all those texts get responded back to? How did that email come back? How, whatever the context of the conversation is, all roads lead back to this platform that we're talking about, or this service that we're talking about, or whatever it is. Yes, because the fact that you and I are having this conversation. And, I was talking to, you're going to find this hysterical. I had a company call me last week and has hired me to do some consulting work for them. And it's marketing consultant work that I'm doing. Now, no big deal. Done that plenty of times. No news there. Here's the news. The type of company that called me. Now, this is just, I've never had this happen. I had a radio station call me and wanting me to help them with marketing. Now, why that is so unique, in my opinion, is simply because, technically at the end of the day, television stations, radio stations, and newspapers, that's what they do. That is forget about your favorite TV show, radio show, the songs, your favorite columnist. All they're doing, the game has always been and always is, create valuable enough content that it drives eyes, ears, whatever to that, so that you can then turn around and sell advertising.
Right. Because content drives usage.
Yep. And usage drives dollars for ad placement.
Exactly.
That's just that. Well, for a radio station to reach out. And so the question was, well, how do we know that some of these concepts and precepts you're talking about will work for us? And my answer was, how did you find me? Well, we first Googled you and you showed up in the top of the search. And then we also noticed we were getting email and text from you. The business owner, the owner of the station here, was getting these texts and emails from you. And then we see you there. And then you start showing up on our social media. And I was like, okay, what strategies, systems, and softwares do you think I use to do that? And the guy just smiled. He goes, probably the very thing that you're selling me. He goes, where do we sign?
That's great.
So I just thought that was amazing, absolutely amazing. But it goes to having these systems and these strategies in place. It's going to help your business but more than that, it's going to drive up even more sales for your business because your credibility is already taken care of by the fact you are talking to the client.
Well, and you're not just talking about features and benefits, like just regurgitating features and benefits of something. They are in real live time experiencing the very thing you're trying to get them to understand and to get from you. Yes. They're experiencing it.
Yes.
You don't have to explain that.
Well,
you're going to make them say, "How are you doing this?"
Exactly. Well, you just nailed it. Experience sales. When you can give someone an experience, it transcends language and explanation and this transmission of a concept into their ability to grasp and understand. Because an experience, they don't necessarily need to know, and they're not distracted by terms that they never thought about or ever heard of, concepts that they've never heard of. They're not being waterboarded by all this techno mumbo jumbo that means nothing to nobody. All they know is, I needed this, and when I reached out to find information about it, I got wham, this guy is everywhere. And the very guy that I was asking questions about that showed up everywhere is willing to give me the same training, tools, and tech to put in my business. So when people are looking for today's top 40 Christian music, when people are looking for local this and that and the other in the faith-based community, we will have even though we are in a dying, and it really is a dying industry, because I don't think it'll ever go away, but it's never going to be what it was. Exactly. We can take what we want to do here and put it out in front of more people in a digital format, because terrestrial radio is not going to be, since the great one, Maharishi, God bless his soul. I think he was the last dinosaur that kept that whole sort of, in my opinion, industry propped up. Because who else is out there on terrestrial radio now that's making people go, I got to tune in because this person's there?
But it goes back to the content drives the usage.
Yeah. Compelling content. Yeah. And there's I think it's just we're in a market that's saturated. And so you've got to be able to be where the people are at. Be where the people are at.
But it's fractured too. It's not just, back in this day, you had newspaper, radio, TV, billboards, direct mail, yellow pages. Yeah. That's all there was.
Yep.
Now it's fractured.
Yep.
So the business owner, they don't know where they need to be.
Well, I've actually, in one of the presentations I do, I bring that up. When I first got into business years ago in the early 90s, all it was radio, TV, newspaper, and yellow pages and direct mail. Same thing. I got the same thing. And I was like, in today's world, all of those channels has been quantified down to one thing, and that's this. Where do people watch video? Right here. Where do people listen to podcasts? Right here. Where do they read their news? Right here. What shows up, pops up, they're getting spam now rather than in snail mail. It's right here. Email, text. Those concepts are still out there. It's just the medium in which they're being delivered. We've really brought it right down to that phone.
Yep.
And you got to be there, and you got to be there in every way. No matter what app they have open, you need to be showing up.
Well, and I think the other thing, Terry, is for a business owner, whether it's someone inquiring about your services or it is a customer you've already acquired, what are you going to do afterwards to touch that customer again and again, to stay top of mind? over and over and over. So, I mean, you could come up with a plan with our system that does this for business owners. It is way cheaper for them to do business with a customer they've already acquired than to initially acquire that customer.
Yes.
So that's why another reason our system is so valuable to these business owners is because they don't know how to do that.
Right.
They don't know how to do that, but they want to.
Yes.
Or they don't have time to do that, but they know they need to.
Yes. Well, that's the thing. You can tell a business owner every time someone walks into your store, restaurant, office, or whatever, every time a person walks in, we have technology that will earmark them so that you know that they either like Italian food, or they're someone that goes and gets their nails done, or they're someone that's shopping for a car, whatever the context is, no matter what business you're in. You can earmark them to where you're not shooting in the dark, hey, we're offering this or that, but they're getting that text, that email that's showing up in their podcast feed or whatever. Just by them walking into your restaurant, store, office, or whatever. That's some of the technology we offer. And that's what Laurie's saying. Rather than spending thousands of dollars on social media ads, and I can't even begin to tell you all the horror stories I've heard from business owners that have pretty much given up on online marketing because I feel like it's just, well, they've tried it and failed. And what they do is they go out and buy a Facebook ad or something like that, and they spend thousands of dollars and get nothing for it. And that's because they're just
pay-per-click.
Or pay-per-click or Google AdWords and all this other stuff. I was like, no. There is such a smarter, easier, faster way. And one of the things is just that book that Mike brought up in our mastermind years ago, talking about gold in your backyard. Just understanding what you have right in your backyard, where you don't have to go out and prospect all over the world. Just go here, be very strategic, and using some of this tech in strategies we have. You don't have to spend tons of money to get in front of the right people. And the conversion rates go up when you're talking to the right people.
Well, and that's true. And that's something I've kind of learned, because I was thinking, I can do business all over the United States. I'm an internet business, but
World Wide Web.
Wait a minute. I live in the 7th largest city in the United States.
What am I doing? Exactly. I'm telling you, my business has really turned around in a lot of ways, and I'm really enjoying business because about 8-9 months ago, I got really intentional about local marketing. It is a joy to be able to actually meet people. I forgot about that, but actually to go out and have lunch with a business owner or join them at a training or something.
And you're helping your own community.
Yep.
If businesses in your community are successful, what does that do for everybody? Maybe they can hire more people.
Exactly.
Maybe they can serve more people.
That's right.
Whatever. It's like throwing a rock in a pond, and
that ripple effect.
It ripples out.
You're sowing in the field that you actually harvest from.
Yeah.
So it makes a great sense. Well, Laurie, we've had a great conversation.
Absolutely.
And you didn't have anything to say, you said, and that was 53 minutes ago.
I didn't even know what we were talking about. But I want to say one more thing. These tools, you can get them here and there.
Yeah.
But what you're getting with TW3 really is, and I think, and it's just been everything to me, is the coaching and the relationship in our little community.
Yeah.
And guess what? The tools that you need come with it.
Yeah, I pinch myself honestly, I keep telling people, if I wasn't Terry, I would still be at TW3 just because of the community and the people we have. I mean, it's just absolutely a pleasure to get to work with our elite members and people I've got to really know over the years here. And you're right, since our inception back in 2008, we've used tools that like WordPress and other things that you can pretty much get anywhere. But it's the coaching and the concept of how to use them and getting to learn. I mean, I loved this past week's mastermind for many reasons. My number one reason, and probably is unlike anyone else, is I didn't have to sit there and listen to my own self pontificate for an hour, but I got to sit there as a student and just learn from you guys. I was like, holy cow, this is awesome.
Right. And everyone has a contribution.
Yes.
You know? And I wrote down everything that when Matt Fox brought up Guide, I knew about Scribe.
Yeah.
But I didn't know about Guide. And the next day, guess what I did?
You sent me. I was like, holy cow, she's a...
I went and made a training for my affiliates that'll make it easy for them to reach out to, these Google business website people.
Yes.
And anyone can do it.
Yes.
And that's what I used. And I didn't know about that till, he shared that. And then Bobby shared something.
Oh, everybody was giving different tools that they're using right now that are really making their jobs so much easier. And by us hearing from what they're doing, we're all going, holy cow. Oh yeah. Because I don't know if you feel this way. I know I do. But technology right now is changing at such a breakneck speed. It's very difficult for me to, one, keep up with it, and then two, continue to work in my business, because there's a part of me that could shut down and just go geek out and learn all the new tricks and toys and just go have fun, because I'm in that sort of space. But then I'm not talking to customers. I'm not making sales calls. I'm not booking speaking engagements. I'm not doing all of those things that I need to do to grow my business. But then when I'm over there doing that, growing the business, it's like, okay, what's going on? And then I go to the mastermind, and what's happening is that becomes this filtration system that all of the nonsense that I wouldn't need anyway is filtered out, and only the best of the best, it rises to the top, because now I'm getting to hear from this entrepreneur and this entrepreneur. This is what I'm doing. This is what I'm using. This is what I'm doing. And this is what I'm using. And it's just like, I basically got 80 hours worth of learning and education in a 1 hour period, because I was leveraging that mastermind, that aggregate of everybody else.
Because there might be 10 things that do one thing, but if someone that you respect their opinion has already done that research, it's kind of funneled into, here's one or two. You don't have to look at 10 or 20. Look at these one or two and see if it'll do what you're wanting it to do. And then you don't have to, spend forever researching everything, because someone already did it and shared it with you. For free. For free.
It was a total time-saving exercise that, like I said, I just loved it, and I'm praying that this coming Monday will be even the same, more of the same. That's what I'm hoping. So go ahead and be ready to bring a training. Matter of fact, what you brought on the front end of this episode, which is 593, maybe you can go a little more deep dive for Monday night on.
All right.
Where you had the intro, the outro, and the body. I thought that was just absolutely, you can flesh that out and sort of show what that looks like in a deeper, more meaningful way in a training, because we can have a back and forth then.
Anything for you, Terry.
Oh, you too kind, Miss Spellingby. Too kind. Well, I've had fun. Bye, everybody.
All right. Bye.
So we hope you've got a lot out of the content today. Please take a few minutes to give us a 5-star positive review at terrywilson3.com/review. This helps us promote our content and continue to reach more and more people. Again, thanks for being part of the TW3 community here at terrywilson3.com. Please like and share our content, and we will see you soon. Hey there, business owners. We all know that every missed call could be a missed opportunity. And in today's fast-paced world, it's crucial to stay connected with your customers. That's where TW3's missed call text back service comes in handy.
Imagine never missing another call from a paying customer and saying goodbye to those annoying spam and solicitation calls. With TW3, you can make that a reality.
Here's how it works. When a call is missed, our innovative service automatically sends a text back to the caller. letting them know you'll get back to them shortly, and even carrying on a conversation with them through text to keep them engaged.
No more missed opportunities, no more frustrated customers. It's like having a personal assistant for your phone.
I can't believe how many potential sales we were missing before using Terry's service. Now, every lead gets a prompt response.
I think the best part of this service, in my opinion, is it filters out all those annoying spam calls for sure. That's huge for us. My team can focus on what matters without interruptions.
But wait, there's more. With TW3's easy-to-use dashboard, you can customize your settings, manage all of your calls, and track customer interactions and engagement.
Are you ready to transform the way you handle calls and ensure you never miss another opportunity?
To experience this amazing service and get a free demo right now, call toll-free 877-748-2109. Again, that's 877-748-2109. Just call that number, hang up, and watch the magic happen. Get a free demo now by calling 877-748-2109. It's simply hanging up after the ring.
TW3, your business connected.
Welcome to a groundbreaking case study that unveils the success story of a realtor who transformed their marketing strategy with TW3 geomarketing technology. In a world where personalized advertising is king, this realtor harnessed the power of geo-targeting to elevate their brand and boost property sales. Our featured realtor faced the common challenge of getting potential buyers to remember their agency after visiting a property. In a saturated market, standing out is key. But how can you make a lasting impression? Enter TW3 geomarketing, a game-changing technology that puts your brand directly in front of your potential clients after they've shown interest in one of your listings. Imagine every time a prospect views a home, your ads follow them on their favorite platform. With our geomarketing service, your ads don't just appear on one platform. They seamlessly integrate across YouTube, Facebook, local cable commercials, and even the podcasts your clients love. It's not just about being present, it's about being present where your clients are too. The magic happens with retargeting. Potential buyers see your ads multiple times, reinforcing your brand and the homes you have to offer. This sustained visibility ensures that when they're ready to make a decision, your agency is the first that comes to mind. Our featured realtor experienced a significant increase in client engagement and home sales, all thanks to TW3 geomarketing. Their success story is a testament to the effectiveness of this revolutionary technology. Are you ready to transform your real estate marketing strategy and witness unprecedented results? Don't miss out on the opportunity to leverage TW3 geomarketing for your agency. Don't let your listings fade into the background. Call us today to unlock the full potential of TW3 geomarketing and take your real estate business to new heights. Your success story starts with a simple call. Call us today. You can call or text us at 864-507-9696. That's 864-507-9696. You can also visit online at terrywilson3.com.